Your love is my drug. Spicy mac and cheese is Haley's cocaine. Oh. I don't know why I chose to say cocaine, but yeah,
That's a great choice.
thank you.
Hey!
I was about to say make good choices, kids, and then you just blew my ear.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for
That was,
screaming.
that was great. Oh god, we both ate some version of pasta and now we're high on life and carbs.
I love mac and cheese so much. I think it might be my
Ugh,
no crab rangoon and then mac and cheese. I'm
yes.
picking my nose now. Like what?
I don't think I've ever seen you pick your nose either. You're
Well,
just getting
I
so
was
comfy.
not actually. I was like messing with my
Mm,
septum.
I need to adjust my chair because my legs are hitting the desk. There we go. Bop, 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 bop to the top. Slip and slide and ride that rhythm. Jump and stump. Do the rump stride. Yeah, stuff. Call me Ashley Tisdale.
I saw a video of her and the guy who played her brother in that movie, and
I didn't hear you mess it up the first time, so when you highlighted your mess up, it was even better.
um, and she was saying that they actually like hated each other that whole time, which makes
Oh, I'm
sense.
sure. Yeah, I bet Disney like promoted them hating each other behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah.
Lucas, I thought it was Lucas Gabriel, but it's like a Mandela effect thing. I watched High School Musical recently, and it's like Lucas Gabriel, or I don't even know, but it's
Uh,
not spelled Gabriel, but yeah.
I didn't even know what it was like at all. So,
So I could be lying right now, and you'd never know.
so hey, poppies, without screaming in your ear, how you doing?
Without screaming your ear. Your ear! No ear, no ear. Everything's a song to me. If 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 life is that wait, what's that saying? Like, or it's maybe it's a song. It's like if life is a party, God is the music, and love is a
Love's a
dance floor,
dance
or something
floor.
like that. Dance on my love, Papa.
Ah, I'm a big fan of my eyeliner today.
I'm a big fan of your eyeliner every day.
Look at, oh, wow.
She's sharp.
She's
Slay.
not. She's not a twin. She's not. They're not twins. I don't know how to speak. I'm so sorry.
Sisters, not twins. She's not a
Not.
twin.
She's not a twin.
Sisters, not twins. Sisters, not twins. That's always the rule. Eyebrows, eyeliner, sisters, not twins.
I also need to trim
Because
my
most
bangs.
people's faces are not symmetrical.
Mine's not because
So
I sleep on my face.
I figured that out recently too. Like I tend to sleep on this side of my face, so it's a little bit flatter, and I try to sleep on here, but most of the time it's just not as comfy. So call me lefty flatty.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's yours?
I sleep on. Well, I sleep mostly on this side, but this side is a little more flat. So I don't know.
Maybe you're rolling over in the night, like you're falling asleep on one side,
Probably. Sorry, I keep
and
burping. I
then
had Cheeto mac and cheese. If we didn't mention that already.
spicy Cheeto mac and cheese.
Yeah, flaming hot.
Yeah, flaming hot. I couldn't remember what the name of the Cheetos were, so I just kept saying spicy, but flaming hot is actually it.
Yep.
Um, what was I? Oh, and when I was a kid, I always used to sleep on my stomach, and most of the time on my left side. But I can't do that anymore because it hurts my neck because I'm old.
Yep.
I have to like prop my pillow up very specifically under my head to make sure my neck has enough room to move because I always feel like my shoulders are crunched up to my neck when I'm sleeping, like I'm a little
Yeah.
goober or something. I don't know.
Goober.
No, I was picturing boobas. Do you know what boobas are?
No.
But I'm gonna send you a picture of a booba. It's a kid show that like was deep, deep, deep in my memory and then popped up one day and I haven't been able to stop thinking of it since.
Did I ever tell you the story about the coworker who told me about the time she found um a a girl's head in a creek?
No, and I don't know why you haven't told me yet. What?
I had I had it in my notes. I looked into it. I was like, I feel like I had something I had to tell Sam, and I if I do, I put it in my notes so I don't forget. And
Mm-hmm.
this came up. It's from October, so it happened a while ago. Like,
October of this year?
yes.
Like last month? So
Um,
that's not too long. I'll forgive you.
so do you want me to tell you?
Um, yes. I was just making sure my booba's text got sent to you so you could know what a booba is. But yes, tell me about this head in the creek.
Okay. So I was at work like back in October apparently, and I was lead that day and I was sitting at the lead desk and this other coworker of mine, she was like around the corner and I forget how the topic came up, but she was like, I found a head in a creek once and we were all like, excuse me, what? Um, and she started explaining it to another girl who was there with us and um I just pulled my phone out because I was like, I have to like look this up and see if I can find it. And she said that it was in 2005 and it was in like Southern California area. Um she was headed up into the mountains and she pulled over at the last turnout before like you were up in the remote area to smoke a cigarette cuz her kids were in the car. It was her and a friend. And it was like down into a ravine and she was just sitting there smoking a cigarette. She looked down and she saw something in the creek and she thought it was a mannequin, so she threw a rock at it.
It's never a
And
mannequin.
exactly, and she threw a rock at it and she's like, the sound that it made, I was like, that's not a mannequin. So she said she grabbed it.
No, 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 no. The sound, okay, that's worse than seeing it. The sound that the rock hit when it made it, it wasn't a plastic.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. So she
that made me so uncomfortable.
So against the wishes of the friend that she was with, she grabbed, which makes sense because this woman's like a badass. She's very tough, but she grabbed a tire iron out of her back seat and went down to investigate. Um, and she said she like poked at it, and she had to like stop talking about it because she said that some of the skin like came off, and she was like, she blacked out and does not know how she got back up to the top, but it turned out to be a 21-year-old girl who had been missing for 3 weeks, and last she was seen she had left on a motorcycle with her boyfriend, and it turns out that it was the boyfriend's friend who dismembered her and her boyfriend.
Okay, this needs to be its own episode because that is absolutely
Yeah,
wild. I also want to ask your coworker why that's not the first thing that she tells people when she meets them. Because if I found that, that would be the first thing I would tell people when I met them. Like,
right.
oh, tell like
she
an
said
interesting fact about yourself.
she said that she like saw the ghost of the girl for like weeks afterwards at her house, like looking after her kids, and the parents got in contact with her too.
I'm gonna cry. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want to
Honestly,
ask her I want to ask her more about it, but the fact like with how quickly she cut it off when she started talking about actually like being so close to it, I don't want to like upset her, but I want to know
right.
more and I could not find anything about it. So,
You could just ask
yeah.
her, say, "Hey, you told this story, and I'm into true crime, and I think it's very interesting. I'd like to know more if you'd like to share, but you don't have to." My
Yeah.
question for you is if you thought it wasn't a mannequin, would you go down and investigate?
Hell yeah.
Okay, same. Because I would want to know, like, especially if you think it is a human, are they alive or not, and could you have saved them at that point, or like what's going on?
If it was during the day, I would definitely go. If it was like a long distance kind of to get to it and like kind of precarious to get like in this situation like down into the ravine. But if it was nighttime, I would call someone, sit in my car and wait for them to come.
Yes. Yeah, because what if the
So,
person's, yeah,
yeah, exactly.
totally agree. But I don't know if this is fucked up or not. If it is, you can let me know and we can cut it out. But I I don't ever want to find a dead body. You know what I mean? but I've always wanted to be someone who like solves a mystery.
I think everybody who's into true crime feels that way.
Okay, yeah, I want to be the one who helps figure it out. Like,
Right.
even if it
Like,
was finding a head or a body, like that would be traumatizing, sure, but if it could solve the family's woes of not knowing what happened to their family
yeah, like
member,
bring
then
closure, kind
yeah.
of.
But
I agree.
wow, how long have you been working with this person?
She's been there for like 8 months, something like
Yeah,
that.
she waited way too long to drop that bomb. Now, it's at her
Well,
discretion. I'm not like bad mouthing her. I just know as who I am as a person, I would blurt it out much sooner.
I think that like she's older than we are. She's I don't know exactly her age, but I do know she's older. I think in that generation it's more like those things are horrifying and you don't talk about them
Yeah,
when like not that today it would be like the super exciting thing to talk about, like here's
right.
this really fun thing that happened to me. It's just like, wow, this is interesting. I want to
Yeah.
learn more about it.
Like here's an experience I don't think anyone else in this group has had, and if
Yeah,
more than one have, that's
exactly.
a special gathering. But no, I totally get it, especially if you said it was 2005 and she was with her
Mhm.
friend who had kids and she was driving. So I'm assuming she had to be around 15, 16 in 2005. I was not. I was 10. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
she was
like
probably even older.
if she hadn't found that, would they have ever found them, you know? Because
Maybe
it was like a
not.
remote area.
And if people normally just drive by it,
Yeah.
you wouldn't look down in the ravine unless you got out of your car. And then if it rained or there were so many different things. So I feel like
Yeah.
the the spirit or the ghost of the girl coming back was like a thank you to her, almost like,
Mhm.
hey, you found me and like helped me help my parents find closure. So thank you. Let
Yeah.
me help you take care of your kids.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It
Wild.
is wild. But yeah, that was the only thing I had in my notes. So maybe next week, next time we record, I'll have more.
Yeah. I don't have anything off of the top of my head other than Michael Burham pled guilty to the kidnapping of that elderly couple in Warren.
Oh, I saw that. That's good.
Yeah. So thank God. Just
Um
get it over with. Plead guilty, get your sentence, and then he's going to be extradited to New York for the murder and like charges.
yeah. Didn't like another inmate get charged with helping him escape?
It wasn't an inmate, it was someone who worked at the prison.
Oh, I thought it was
They
an
gave him
inmate.
extra bed sheets.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he knew
Man.
him or there was something, sketchy happening. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, good.
Yes. But eventually I'll probably share that story, especially because it's local. There's another local story that it happened a few years ago. I still feel like it's a little fresh. So I want to like wait until that one I think is like come full circle, so maybe it would be okay to share, but the Michael one is kind of like
Fresh.
so fresh and not there's not like an his trial hasn't happened or anything for the rest of the charges, so
Yeah.
but yeah,
I was like hunchback the last episode that we recorded, so I gotta sit up a little more.
the Hunchback of Gold Beach.
What are you gonna
What are you
educate us
questioning?
on this week?
Well, this episode will be coming out before Christmas. It'll be my last episode before Christmas. So, I decided to do something a little fun, and we are this my notes are titled Wild Christmas. So,
Hell
what
yeah.
I did was I Googled some wild stories and crimes and like funny, wild, whatever crimes having to do with Christmas.
Okay. Sorry if you
I
hear me
will
ruffling and scuffling. I am trying to get comfortable.
ruffle scuffle, Papa. Scuffle me, Pop.
Okay.
Ruffle me, Papa. Um,
I'm like
but
straddling a
basically,
suitcase.
sensual.
I'll send you a photo.
Yes, please. Straddle me, Papa. So, what I did was I just Googled like crazy crimes, silly crimes, funny crimes, and found a couple different stories, actually, quite a few. And they're all just like little summaries of the stories because I didn't want to like read full true crime stuff. Um, but I think it's going to be fun. I did read them all first to make sure that they weren't too like heavy because I wanted it to be more of a silly, fun, goofy article. There is some
Like a
heaviness because
Florida
it's, I
man
mean,
type thing.
crimes, but sort of. Yeah, just people being idiots. The first one's kind of heavy, so get ready.
Okay.
It's not as heavy as the last episode we did.
I'm ready.
So these first stories that I'm going to go over are pulled from an article titled 14 of the Most Disturbing Christmas Crimes in U.S. History by author Beth. They don't give a last name. I tried to find it. And I got it from the website onlyinyourstate.com. I didn't do all 14 because they weren't all good, but there's, I think, like 10 of them.
Okay.
Number one is the case of the so called stolen chocolate. A man
Mhm.
dressed as Saint Nick at the Atlanta, Georgia Mall lost his patience in the worst way in 2004. His temper got the best of him, and he allegedly began to hit an elderly 74-year-old woman with a 2x4, convinced she had stolen over $100 worth of Hershey's chocolate from him.
Oh my
Sadly, the
god.
woman
What
died
happened?
from her injuries in the hospital,
Oh
and
my
the man whose last
god.
name is Clark was sentenced to life in prison.
That's so sad.
It's terrible. And like over some Hershey's chocolate.
Did she steal the chocolate? I don't mean to laugh. I'm
I
sorry. She
didn't
probably
say. I
did.
couldn't find any. I didn't find any more information. I doubt it. I mean, if she did, like, still, like,
Yeah,
that's a lot. But he
that's not a
was sentenced
reason.
to life in prison. So I
Good.
tried to find out
Oh
more.
my god.
Couldn't find it.
That what a way to go.
Right? Like,
Beat to
first of
death
all,
by Santa
$100 isn't that
Claus.
much. Yeah. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that.
That's so sad.
And Santa's like, "Where's my Hershey's?"
Oh god.
Awful. Yeah. $100 is not that much either. And why do you have $100 worth of Hershey's? Hershey's is
Why are
not
you
that
that
expensive. You
mad
can go to,
about it?
yeah, you can go to Dollar General and get 3 extra large Hershey bars for $7. That's plenty.
And they're delicious.
Yes, they are. Not worth killing
It's
over though.
chocolate. True. True.
Only if they've got the golden ticket, because I want to go to the Wonka factory. But even then, I'm not going to kill someone. I'll probably just steal it from one of those old people in the bed.
Hell yeah.
Story number two, the case of Santa on a motorcycle. It was 2006 in Columbia, South Carolina, when a man dressed in a full Santa costume riding a decked out motorcycle pulled up to a gas station and asked a family if they wanted to see the stuffed reindeer he had in his sidecar. Gives creepy vibes right away, right?
Yeah.
The children walked up to take a closer look when suddenly this man grabbed the 8-year-old girl and sped off. Panicked, the father furiously chased after him and was able to retrieve his daughter. The Santa imposter was arrested.
Was the little girl like super naughty and she had to be thrown into an abyss? Is that what he
You were on the naughty list. I know we say
It
naughty
was
people
me.
get coal, but it's actually naughty people get turned into coal.
Hell yeah. I don't know why I said that.
I'd be coal for so long. My grandpa, God, I miss him. He would give us coal in our stocking every year just to be like a jokester, but real coal.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where this man got real coal. Like
Yeah.
not like
Like
um
gift like
charred
that.
wood or anything or like goofy. Real pieces of coal that you would put into an engine to power a train.
Damn. I gotta adjust this real
Oh,
quick.
that man had some resources. I miss him. I love you, Grandpa Lyle. Okay. Story 3. The case of a Santa Claus burglary. A visit from Santa Claus is usually a joyous occasion, especially when he's collecting for charity. A 22-year-old woman living in Birmingham, Alabama, thought this was the exact scenario when a man dressed as Santa knocked on her door. Unfortunately, his intentions were much darker. He hit her in the face before attempting to rob her house. He fled the premises shortly after.
Did he get caught?
I assume so if we're hearing the story, but again, I'm just reading the excerpts.
Mm,
That first one that I read was really hard to find any more information on, so I was like, I'm just not going to try.
yeah.
Okay. Number 4, the case of the most infamous Christmas bank robbery. This crime is almost 100 years old, but is still quite baffling. In fact, it's still considered to be one of the most notorious robberies in history. A bank, nope, not a bank. A man by the name of Marshall Radcliffe walked into Cisco's First National Bank. A bank by the name of. Just. Whew. A man by the name of Marshall Ratcliffe walked into Cisco's First National Bank in a full Santa costume. Accompanied by 3 armed men, he was able to escape with the money, taking 3 girls hostage. His car ran out of gas shortly after, and he had to abandon his loot. A generic Santa photo was used in hopes of identifying the criminal. So, I'm gonna
Generic Santa photo.
yes. I'm gonna send you this generic Santa photo. And I will post it and I'll probably add it to this video.
Oh, oh my
When I went to save the photo, it automatically captioned it Jolly Old Saint Nick.
god. Did they catch the They caught the criminal because he said his name. Do you have a photo of him? Do you think you could find one? Because I want to see if it actually is like close.
No, his name wasn't in this one. Oh,
I
wait.
thought you said it
Yes.
was something Radcliffe.
Yes. Yes, I did
Because
because
I
I
was
almost
like,
named the bank after him.
is that Daniel Radcliffe's brother? Oh,
Um, no, it doesn't look like him at all. He's kind of creepy looking and his head has a very weird shape.
ew!
Yeah, look at how weird his head is shaped.
He's got a thick noggin, a long, narrow noggin.
It's like thick on top and then narrow and then it gets bigger but not back to the same thickness as the top.
Correct.
It's kind of like Ed, and Eddie, the one character.
Yeah.
Story number 5. The case of the disorderly mall Santa.
It was
It was
me.
2005. It was you. It was 2005 when a 52-year-old man, obviously Haley, appeared at Rockingham Park Mall. Baby hands. I got a nose job. Um, when a 52-year-old. You stop distracting me. Story 5. The case of the disorderly mall Santa. It was 2005 when a 52-year-old man appeared at Rockingham Park Mall in Massachusetts in a full Santa costume. For some reason or another, he decided it would be a good idea to drop his pants in front of everyone.
Oh, that wasn't me.
Fortunately,
I was the other guy.
he fortunately he was wearing sweatpants underneath his costume.
Oh,
It was you.
me.
Nevertheless, he was arrested for disorderly conduct. Yes.
It was me.
I'm just releasing Haley's rap sheet right now. All of these stories are actually Haley.
Except for the
Even
first one, because
even
that
the
one's
guy.
sad as fuck.
Oh no, definitely not that one, but definitely the guy that robbed the bank in 1927 because Haley's actually
Yeah,
110 years old.
definitely.
The case of the most unusual Christmas gift. Parents can sometimes be at a loss when it comes to finding the perfect gift for their children. A man in Straddle, Louisiana, thought he had the perfect solution. According to police reports, he robbed a pet store, taking the cash register and a couple of snakes. When he was asked by police why he committed the crime, he said it was for his son's Christmas present.
I'd rather not have a gift than get a snake.
Oh, I'd take a snake. I love snakes.
Ugh.
I like
I
reptiles
don't
in general.
I don't dislike them. I just don't want to touch them. Like if they're around me, it's fine, but just like don't touch me. You know?
I have a friend who has snakes, and we went over to her house one time, and she brought them out, and Megan's like, "Don't even think about it." And I was like, "Place them on me immediately." I had a Britney Spears moment. It was fantastic. A
Gross.
post Britney Spears, pre Billie Eilish snake moment.
Hell yeah.
The case of the stolen baby Jesus, number 7. A stolen baby Jesus from a nativity scene. It's all too common. Nope. It's an all too common Christmas crime, which I didn't know. One case, which happened in Florida in 2007,
Of
was
course.
particularly unusual. When an 18-year-old woman from Florida stole the ceramic figure, she assumed her crime would go unpunished. Little did she know that the figure was actually rigged with a GPS system, and the cops quickly found out about her shenanigans. Those people took following Jesus to a whole new level.
Damn. I feel like somebody
They were
took
like,
the baby Jesus out of the nativity scene that Betts Industries puts outside of their building. Like when I was a kid, I think someone did that. But
I mean, I get it. It's funny, but the fact that it's so common, it's like, okay, let's think of something
yeah,
new.
yeah.
I don't know. The case of the crazed shoppers. Story. I almost said case number 8. Story number 8. At the Green Acres Mall in New York in 2008, when hundreds were waiting for the doors to open with promise of holiday savings, the crowd quickly turned into a mob, busting through the glass doors and trampling over an employee. So this is that a Black Friday story. And the
Yeah.
most disturbing part, when it was announced that the employee had been killed, many shoppers continued shopping, complaining that they had been waiting in line all night.
That's disgusting. That's why I don't do Black Friday shopping because it gets. I've never seen it get that crazy, but I don't want to be a part of that ever, or even like risk being a part of that.
No, I've physically done it like twice in my life, and it's not fun. Even when it's not like
Yeah.
that, people are still assholes. And I think it really goes to show how badly we all want to save money and also just how rude people are. That's why I love
Yeah.
online shopping.
Yep. Definitely.
Let's see. Number 9, the case of the stolen Christmas trees. When the economy tanked in 2008, many families had to get creative with making do with a little less over the holidays. Others turned borderline criminal.
Criminals.
That sounds like something from Harry Potter. Catch those
It does.
criminals.
I don't know
Others
what.
turned borderline criminal. In Oregon, for example, policemen in Portland caught a man dragging his stolen Christmas tree down the street at 3 a.m.
Nice.
Yep. Number 10, the case of the Santa break in. If you're dressed as Santa Claus and plan on committing a robbery, it only makes sense to come in through the chimney, right?
Sure. Yeah.
This less than foolproof logic was used by a man in Seattle, Washington, as he attempted to rob a house. Before any real crime was committed, he actually got stuck in the chimney and had to be helped out by the fire department.
I feel
While
like I've heard
looking
that before.
for, yeah, and while looking for this story, I also saw somewhere that he may have been nude at this point, or that something, part of his clothes had come off. So he's being helped out by the fire department, and the confused criminal claimed he was just trying to retrieve his backpack, but the story didn't fly with the police. They sentenced him to 17 months in prison.
Damn. I bet he regrets that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the next article I found was called 10 Ridiculous Christmas Crimes, and it was posted on odde.com. The first one is called 200-pound statue of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer stolen.
Damn.
Yeah, I feel like that's something like really large to steal, but
Yeah. Why do you want it so badly?
yeah, it's literally 200 pounds. Like, are you just trying to prove to your friends that you're strong? You can
Right.
do that a lot of other ways. On December 12th, 2014, a quote unquote Grinch stole a little more than just the Christmas spirit. A 200-pound statue of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer disappeared from atop a city sign in Los Angeles, California. The statue had been a holiday icon in the South Bay enclave of Rolling Hills Estates for 50 years. A few days after the robbery, police followed up on a tip from a TV viewer and located the wooden statue on the roof of a mobile home in Gardena. We assure you, at 200 pounds, it was hard to miss. The man at the home was arrested for possession of stolen property. He was found to be a gardener who worked in the area where the statue disappeared.
That's so brazen to steal something like that and then put it on the roof of your house. Like, come and find me.
Right, like no one of course someone else would have a 200-pound red rose? No. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And it was on the roof of his mobile home. How
Yeah.
strong are mobile home roofs?
That's what that was I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Neither of us can talk. I mean, 200 pounds, that's a person, and maybe a person can climb on the roof, but I don't know. That just seems a little sketch to me.
Yeah, I
Also,
agree.
he was a gardener from Gardena. So, like, what storybook character is this? Story number 2 from Adi.com. Man stabbed after giving girlfriend knife for Christmas.
I tried not to laugh because it's not funny, but that's just
It's
ironic.
not funny, but like, yeah. Isn't it ironic? Um, I don't know why I feel like sitting like this, but then my face is like everywhere. I don't know. Something's not okay with me. In 2013, I probably should like let there be a pause between that so I can cut that out. In 2013, a man who gave his girlfriend a fillet knife for Christmas was treated at a Seattle hospital for stab wounds the following day. Clever detectives at the Everett Police Department major crime units believe the woman, 18, stabbed her boyfriend and slit his throat with the new knife. The
For
woman
why?
alleged that the man had threatened to hurt her several times, including on the drive home from a fishing trip they took a few days before. She told the police that he told her he would cut her up and throw her in the river.
Yikes. If that's true,
Yeah,
then he deserved it.
right. And my thought is did you give her the knife as like a threat, or
Yeah.
did none of that actually happen and you just made a poor choice by giving her a knife?
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. Next story is Swedish Christmas goat engulfed in flames for the 27th time. In 2013, and for the 27th time, vandals in Sweden burned down a giant straw goat meant to symbolize the Christmas spirit.
Why a goat?
Um, One of the representative animals of Sweden is that little red horse thing. And I don't
Yeah.
know where the goat comes from, but I guess it's representative of the Christmas spirit. I don't know if Swedes like farms or what it is, but
Oh, maybe.
I should ask my
I'm
grandma.
just
She's very Swedish.
uncultured.
White. Um,
Yes.
but when I read that, all I could think was like Christmas burning man, Christmas burning goat. Mafia men arrested over Christmas flower extortion.
Okay.
In 2013, police in Italy arrested four mafia gangsters over a Christmas extortion scam. The men had been forcing shop owners to buy poinsettias, red-leaved plants known in Italy as Christmas stars, for 100 times the wholesale price, demanding as much as €100, which at the time was $140 per plant for the past three holiday seasons. So from 2010 to 2013. The owners who refused the mob's Christmas offer had their shops vandalized.
What the fuck? That's
I
so
have no
fucked up.
idea. That's probably one of the most wild ones that we've read so far.
Yeah.
This next one might be topping it. I don't know. 192,000 US dollars worth of marijuana wrapped as Christmas gifts.
Fuck yeah.
In 2012, a BMW SUV was pulled over on the Ohio Turnpike around 11 a.m. A drug sniffing dog indicated the presence of contraband and police searched the vehicle. A probable cause search revealed 30 pounds of hydroponic marijuana wrapped as Christmas gifts worth an estimated $192,000. That was just Santa trying to bring some
Right? Croissants.
I was trying to say Christmas, but I just kept going, Quimus? Quimus? Some Christmas joy. He was like,
Christmas
I don't bake
joy.
cookies, but I'll help you get baked. Okay, I only have a few more. They are from an article titled 16 of the Weirdest and Craziest Christmas Crimes from dgriffinlaw.com.
Oh, right.
This title, No Beer? Question mark. Prepared to be stabbed by a ceramic squirrel.
That's what I say every day.
You go to the
From
doctor's
what's
office,
true.
no beer? You pull out a ceramic squirrel, prepare to be stabbed.
Yes.
Some folks like to imbibe the holiday spirit a bit too much. A woman in South Carolina stabbed a man on Christmas for coming home without beer. Yes, you read that right. When officers confronted her, she tried to say that he slipped and fell, but couldn't explain her bloody hands and clothes. She was charged with criminal domestic violence. Side note, somewhere in South Carolina, there could be a bloody ceramic squirrel sitting inside an evidence bag. What a sight.
Damn. That's crazy, but it's also kind of sad because, like, what was happening before that in that house, you know?
Yeah, I feel
Because
like
if
I
that's like,
heard that story somewhere
yeah,
else and it might have been that she had an alcohol abuse problem.
yeah,
I could also totally be speculating.
who knows?
But if anyone knows, let us know and maybe I'll look into it and maybe I won't, but I don't know. The second to last story is called Cocaine Filled Santa Dolls. Just like
Delish.
Gravy Baby or Fruit Baby.
Gravy, baby.
Gravy Baby. Oh god. That was so much fun. We need to play that again soon, even if we just
We
do it for
do.
fun.
Yeah,
But I do enjoy
I agree.
recording it.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's safe to say that people associate snow with Christmas, at least up in New England. And there's something special about that bright and soft white powder being part of it. In this case, Santa brought snow all right, but the snow was actually cocaine. Police in Rio de Janeiro found Santa dolls filled with cocaine and ornaments filled with marijuana.
Who wrote this article? They're
Merry
so funny.
motherfucking Christmas. I don't know, but I that's why I like literally just copied it because I love the way that they wrote it.
Uh huh.
And also, like, that's how I think I'm going to sound when I'm saying things, but I don't actually. So
Same.
maybe if I read more for practice, it'll help. Okay, and last but not least is breaking and decorating? A man high on bath salts broke into a house in Ohio and started to decorate. An 11-year-old boy found the man decorating and playing with his toys when he called his mother, who was at the neighbor's house. The man reportedly lit candles and hung a wreath on the garage door while watching TV. He was arrested and charged with burglary.
He's like, I was just trying to do something nice for the holidays.
I just had lots of energy and needed to get it out. And I also don't understand why he was charged with burglary. He decorated.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, like breaking and entering, but
Yeah.
burglary.
Weird. Maybe he tried
He
to steal
they
something.
he burglared their opportunity to decorate their own house. Like I don't understand. How is that a charge?
Did he like eat their food? Would that count as burglary?
I mean, it. I would think so technically.
Maybe he ate
And
some
like
cookies.
it's very scary for that 11-year-old boy to find a random man decorating his house, especially if he's high on bath salts because you know he's not acting like just a man who's decorating.
Yeah.
Um but I feel like this is almost a victimless crime.
Almost.
Yes. But yeah, those are some wild Christmas stories that I found on the internet to share with you all because the holidays are a crazy time. I will say one of my favorite Christmases, so the tradition has always been we would do Christmas Eve with my mom's family, Christmas morning with like just our family, me, mom, dad, Chloe. Obviously, we're adults and my parents are divorced now, but one Christmas Eve we had Christmas at our house. It would rotate between our house, my grandma's house, and my aunt and uncle's house. And it was at our house and we had a Wii and um my aunt and uncle got us an American Idol game and we decided to crack it open and play it. And my uncle and I sang Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani. And listening to him stand there going, wee oo, and he's a funny ass guy anyways. I love you, Uncle Mike. That's one of my favorite memories of Christmas Eves. Like just so and they always gave the best presents too, like games
Yeah.
and all the fun stuff, you know. I
Yeah.
want to go
It
back to
works.
being a child. Just
Yeah.
for Christmas, though.
It's kind of, I don't want to say nice, but it's very chill to be on the other side of the country from your whole family because you can just have Christmas at your house and just like,
Mm-hmm.
text or call the people that you love and be like, hey,
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Or like Skype. I think my older sister's going to be in Warren for Christmas. And I think we're going to do like a Skype.
That'll be
So
so
that'll be cool.
fun.
But it's nice to not have to leave your house, you know?
Yeah. I definitely, yeah. As a kid, I always got so excited on Christmas Eve, like, could not wait to leave if we were going to someone else's house or couldn't wait for people to show up. And then Christmas Day, after we open all of our gifts and stuff, I would just want to stay home and play and, like, use all my things. But I still always enjoyed going to
Yeah.
my dad's mom's house, my other grandma. And one thing she always did was she would make grasshoppers,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically a vanilla milkshake with creme de menthe and booze. And but I wouldn't have a boozy one. She would just basically make me a mint milkshake, but those things were so good. Now that I'm an adult, I need to make them with alcohol for myself because
Yes.
delish. But now that I'm an adult, it's like I love Christmas morning because I love giving gifts. I love all of the gift giving part. Watching people get excited for something I gave them, like I'm getting so hyped right now. Lights a fire in me. I don't know what it is,
Mm-hmm.
like just to see them get happy like that. But Christmas morning's so fun because we'll wake up and unfortunately we can't leave the presents under the tree because of the dogs. So we'll wake up and make some coffee and then go get our presents from our respective hiding places, put them under the tree. And then I'm a person who likes to take gift opening very slowly. I want to draw it out. I want it to be dramatic. So when we were kids, Chloe and I would find presents of like this a similar size, or if our parents would tell us they were similar things, we'd open them at the same time or one by
Mm-hmm.
one. Then mom would have to go and then dad would have to go or whoever, and we'd go in a circle until everything was open because we don't want to drag it out. And we still do the same thing at my mom's on Christmas Eve. And then Megan and I take turns opening our gifts on Christmas Day so we can watch each other, you know?
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid at my grandma and grandpa's. My dad's side of the family, there's a lot of cousins, and they would all, most of the time, all of them would be there. along with my aunts and uncles and my grandparents and my parents. And sometimes there'd even be like other extended family. And we would have to go in a circle of all of those people by age.
Mm.
It took so long to open all the gifts, but it was really fun. Well, thanks for
Yeah,
finding those stories.
you're welcome. I hope they were enjoyable. Just wanted to do
They
something a
were.
little bit light and fluffy and snowy and
Yeah.
reindeery and
Yeah, because my topics the past few times have not been the lightest, which we haven't recorded yet, but they're not Christmas themed, that's for sure.
no, no. And I honestly like to do something themed too. I think it helps like break up the vibes and
Yeah.
throw something different in there. Oh, did I tell you? I'm sorry. I forgot. I had a craft show yesterday, right? It went okay. It's a smaller one. People are hit or miss with my stuff normally anyways, but
Mm-hmm.
this lady was walking around. She had a really cute cardigan on. It was like black and white, a little bit longer. It had a pattern on it. We call it quote unquote Arizona pattern, where it's kind of like triangles and lines and stuff. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
But the cardigan had like some smaller like knit lines through them that were like rainbow pastel, and they stood out very gently against like the black and white. And I just, when she was walking by my booth, she wasn't going to stop, but I was like, I just need to say I love your cardigan. And she looked down like we all do when we forget what we're wearing. She's like, "Oh, thank you so much." And I was like, "I especially love the pastel rainbow. It really just like makes it pop, but it's not overwhelming." We got into a whole discussion about how we love color pastels.
Mm-hmm.
I said something about having ADHD. She was an older woman, and she's like, "I think I have ADHD too." It was super cute, and I just loved her. But
Precious.
she continued shopping at the craft show and ended up buying a scarf from one of the other vendors and came back specifically to show me. I was like, "Look,
Aw.
I had to show you I bought this scarf." And I was like, that's why I
That's
love doing the craft
precious.
fairs, because like those little moments are so beautiful. And then
Yeah.
she left again. I went to use the restroom at some point. And when I came back, she was standing next to another table, and she's like, "Oh, there you are." And she handed me this little package, and she goes, "I saw these and they made me think of you, so I wanted to give them to you." It's a little pair of candy cane earrings, but they're rainbow candy canes.
Oh my god, I would have cried on the spot. I love shit like
I
that.
almost cried. I looked at her with like tears starting to well up in my eyes. And I go, "Are you serious?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Can I give you a hug?" And she let me give her a hug. And I was like, "That's so nice." And I'm like, "I'm going to go put them in
Aw.
right now." So while she continued looking, I went and put them in, and she came to say goodbye to me before she left. And she laughed a little bit because I was putting them right in. But she was just so nice, and like, the earrings are so cute and they really are me, and I put them on immediately because my logo is like pastel rainbow tie-dye, so the earrings went
Uh-huh.
really well. But I just thought that was super fucking cute and sweet of her,
That
and
is
like
cute.
those little gestures make such a difference. And the fact that I just like made her want to buy me something, someone she's never met before, because I complimented her sweater, like
Yeah.
it's like I do have hope for the world.
Yeah. One more thing before we go. I know I told you, but um Logan had this plan to get a custom birthday cake done for me in September, but he ended up with COVID and was having a hard time getting back down to Brookings because that's where he had to go to get it, which is like a 40-minute drive. But he went down the other day and he came up with like a funfetti like vanilla cake, and it
Yum.
says this is the cake of an old beller. Happy 30th, Haley. And Madison, I'll you have the photo. Maybe you can add it in here so people
Yeah.
can see it. But Madison just texted me and she's like, "Can I steal some cake? But just so you know, if I do, I'd have to officially cut into some of the words because we've been cutting around the words to try to preserve them."
Hmm.
And I was like, "No,
No, I'm
I
gonna
want to."
encase it in resin and it's never gonna go.
Exactly. Yes,
That's super cute though. I really liked it.
it was nice. But yeah. Anyways,
And the fact that he went with like the Twilight theme.
yeah,
Like
yep.
he knows you. So it's a super cute cake and it looks delicious, and I'd like a corner piece, please. Thank you.
Oh, the corner pieces are gone. Like I said, we're cutting around all the words. So
The corner pieces are the best pieces as long as you have the right frosting.
the frosting was good.
What kind was it?
I don't know, but it was good.
Was it the really sugary, dense kind like buttercream, or was it more whipped like Cool Whip?
It was like the dense stuff.
Uh, it's still good, but I can't eat as much.
There
If you
wasn't
ever
like a
give me a,
ton of it though.
that's good. I'm gonna
Like it was
stop
a good
talking because
amount.
we're trying to end this. I'm gonna
You're
let you
good.
talk because I've talked too much. If you ever buy me a cake, I want the whipped cream frosting. The dogs
All
are
right.
out.
You want to say goodbye?
Yeah, I also want to tell people, watch us on YouTube. We have a TikTok too, and we always forget to mention it. TikTok at Educate Me Papa. We're working
Oh
really
yeah.
hard on clips. Haley's better at it than I am, but I am trying to get better. Instagram
I need
at
to
Educate Me
start
Papa.
posting there more.
Facebook. Well, I made 8 from the last episode I recorded. So I need to post. I think I posted 2 or 3 of them. I need to post the rest.
uh-huh.
Because we were doing Am I the Assholes, it was just really good, easy to make clips.
Yeah.
Facebook at Educate Me Papa, the podcast. Email educatemepapa at gmail.com. Tell us your crazy Christmas stories. What are your traditions? Do you have any cake that I can eat? Specifically a corner piece. Thank you. I love you.
All right, guys, we're gonna go. Oh, wait. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Listen, listen, listen. Listen, Linda. Listen. Listen, listen, listen.
Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.
Do you like it? Okay, like this is from my classes. Your ears are really great. Thanks. I like to throw other things. Merry motherfucking Christmas. Happy holidays to everyone else. Um, don't do
Cindy.
anything crazy in a Santa suit. Cindy, thank you for the
Cindy, we
earrings.
love you. Okay.
Cindy.
Okay, we're out. Okay.
Okay, we
Bye.
love you all. Bye.
Bye. Doodle little 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 little.
Bye.